Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new edition of today's Youth. And today we will be talking about the 8th National Youth Conference that kicked off today at El Manara Center under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. We will be talking about the significance of this conference and the different sessions and topics discussed at the conference. And with me today at the studio is Nurhan Ahmed and Dina Ihab. They're both students at the Faculty of Economics and Political Science, Cairo University. Thank you very much for joining me today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And I would like to start with, of course, the significance of the 8th National Youth Conference that is discussing today several topics, among which is fighting terrorism and the dissemination of rumors and lies through the social media. These are some of the main topics that will be discussed, and also the session of Ask the President. So I would like to start, of course, by the session of fighting terrorism. How do you see the significance of this topic for the future of our youth?
Okay, first, thank you for your introduction. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. I think the session about the fighting terrorism, it's very important because the terrorism, it's the main threat for development. So if we focus on the terrorism and how to facing it, and making youth are mainly focused on this point, it's very important to achieve the future leaders. And the terrorism is the main point that all the world focus on it till nowadays, because the human rights are very important and many fighting crimes are making against them. So terrorism is the main threat, and we should focus on this dangerous point and to try to make it very clear to all the world and the youth, because it's very important to facing such point, and I think this will be very important for youth today.
Mm-hmm. Right. Dina, your opinion on this very important session?
So I think that Egypt is trying to move from being a developing country into such a developed country, and this step is need for moving and deleting terrorism. So focusing on terrorism is an important aspect, as we must spread awareness to all the people that terrorism is not such a barrier for moving Egypt into a developed country.
Right. Also, another topic of discussion at the conference, at the 8th National Youth Conference, is dissemination of lies and rumors through the social media, which is considered part of the 4th generation warfare in order to influence people's minds. Mm-hmm. How do you see the significance of this topic?
Okay, I think it's another important point, because the warfare of the 4th generation against the state, it's very dangerous, because it's not a warfare against the country itself or against the army, but it's against the country itself as a whole, because it's being between the army itself and the people. And using the methods of technology, the social media negatively affect such a country and affect the development of the state, because affecting the social media through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and using other sources of development of technology, it's very dangerous, because anyone can post any video or picture that affect negatively the whole state. So I think it's a very important session, and all youth can make importance from it. Thank you.
Right. The conference also includes the session Ask the President. How do you see the significance of holding such a session and the continuous dialogue between the President and the youth?
For me, this is the best part. As a political science student, I like to be involved in the political context. I like to be in a great debate, in asking and answering. So getting involved with and ask the President freely and expressing my criticism and my opinion is such a great step.
So I think Ask the President, it's very important session, because it's not an available opportunity in many countries, and to have it in Egypt, it's a great opportunity, because it shows how freedom of speech we have, how democratic is our country, because people and youth have the opportunity to express their opinions, to make suggestions for the president, and it's not available in any country to make a discussion with the president directly. So I think it's very important to have such a session in National Youth Conference.
Right. This is, of course, the 8th National Youth Conference. Yes. There were 7 national youth conferences held before. How do you see the significance of holding these conferences here in Egypt And having this open platform for the youth to come from different governorates, if it's a national conference, and meeting together to exchange their experience and getting to know each other, and of course it's a perfect platform for the youth. How do you see this?
For me, I didn't yet attend any conference or a youth forum, but I can say that I didn't gain the opportunity yet, but I think this is a great and huge experience for any youth, as for me, it's the motivation and support system to don't stop dreaming. For me, I believe that being in front of the president and speak and talk to him is such a great motivation, as we can speak and talk.
Right. Nurhan, you had a chance to attend one of the youth forums, right?
Yeah.
Tell me more about your experience.
Okay, it was a great experience for me, and I attended the World Youth Forum in 2018. And it was the first time for me to travel alone, and I think from the practical side, it changes my character to be independent, to discover new thoughts from different countries, from different backgrounds. And I'm not limited only from the thoughts around me in Cairo, but I discover many thoughts from different countries. From the theoretical side, I think it's very important to attend a big international event, to have the opportunity to make sessions and to make use of thoughts and speeches from the leaders, the public celebrities, the high positions to many fields. And it was a great experience for me to attend such conference. And my dream is to be a speaker in the next World Youth Forum, not such an attendee, in order to be in front of many millions on the TV watching me, telling my thoughts. So it was a great experience.
Right, there was also the Arab African Youth Platform that took place in Aswan. Did you attend or participate this one?
This
right,
event.
Tell me more about this experience.
Okay, it's my honor to attend such event because it makes people from Egypt and from all countries in Africa and make many recommendations to them. So the most important result from this event were the recommendations at the closing announced by the President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, and it was a pleasure for African people. They were very happy from the recommendations. So it's such a great event.
Right. There's also the Presidential Leadership Program, which is a program designed to help youth be prepared for the job market. How do you see the significance of this program, and how do you see the attention given by the state and the president to the youth?
Okay, I think the Presidential Leadership Program, it was held in 2016, and this year is called the Year of the Egyptian Youth. So it's very grateful year because it makes a very high effect on us till today, because the Presidential Leadership Program, its main goal is to train the people and youth on how to be future leaders, how to be successful and achieving development for our country. And the main important point that to make discussion between the Egyptian youth and the Egyptian officials, that feeling the youth as they are part of the government. So I think it's an important point to have in our country.
Right, we're going to go to this short break, and we'll be right back to continue our discussion on the 8th National Youth Conference. Welcome back, and still with the 8th National Youth Conference, and a very important move is honoring and bestowing medals to young athletes who won in different championships. How do you see the importance of this move in encouraging young athletes and encouraging youth in general?
Actually, this is a very important step, as Egypt nowadays has achieved many medals in sports. So this conference is focusing not only on political, economic, and social aspects, but also it's focusing on sports. So it's a kind of motivation to the youth to go and got engaged into sports and so on.
Right. Nurhan, how do you see the keenness of the president on supporting youth, not only in sports, but in all aspects of life, in holding such a great number of conferences to meet with them and having a continuous dialogue with them and offering them the platform and opportunity to meet together? We had several youth forums, the international forums and the national youth conferences. So tell me, how do you see the significance of holding such conferences for the youth?
Okay, first of all, I'm very proud that Egypt's focus on youth conference and forums are very clear recently, are very clear so much. So the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi from 2016 gave high concentration for youth and their role in the society. But not only the Egyptian youth, it's in both the regionally and the internationally level. The international level, like the World Youth Forum, it brings people from all over the world and different countries, different backgrounds, and it makes the use of exchange cultures between them. So on the other hand, the regionally level, it's like the Arab and African Youth Platform that I have the honor to attend both of them. So it's very important to focus on youth in general. And the goals and aims out of these conferences are very important to spread the awareness between youth. Secondly, to achieve the SDGs, which are the Sustainable Development Goals. Also to make people and youth are available to discuss main issues against their generations, to know the opportunities, the strengths, and challenges and so on.
Right. So now you're both members of the Arab Youth for Sustainable Development Program. Would you tell me more about such a great experience?
As you have said, it's such a great experience. Actually, it is an annual week that is held annually, and it's talking about the sustainable development, but it is on the Arab region, which is in this week for every year, a huge number from the Arabian youth come and start to talk about the Arabian issues and start to be how to achieve the 17 goal of the sustainable goals and how to move from such a developing country into developed one.
Right. Now, Egypt has been widely acclaimed for inspiring and empowering youth by different world organizations and including also the United Nations. How important is this?
Yeah, I think it's very important to make the opportunity to cooperation between the main organizations. And as you said, that the United Nations, it's a great organization, and it held the SDGs in 2015. And this make the cooperation between Egypt and the US, it's very important between all countries to achieve the SDGs. And here in Egypt, the plan of 2030, it's very important to achieve the SDGs and including youth in it, and it makes them know more about the opportunities, the challenges and strengths, and it makes them many supportive to achieve such SDGs.
Right. Now, from your place here, what message would you like to give to the youth?
For me, last years or years ago, there was a problem that youth can't have any opportunity to get involved within the political text, to get involved with and get work. But nowadays, the president gave us a great opportunity to be involved within such a great conferences, to have an opinion, to have a voice. So we must work on our capabilities. We must get involved with. We must say our words.
Okay, for me, I think I should take to them that advice to participate in any development organization or any development opportunity come to them, because do not lose any opportunity and make participation in conferences, because it's such a great experience and chance. And last thing I want to say that youth are the pace of development, and they are the pace of every step we should have in successful things. So do not lose any opportunity, and without them nothing will be achieved.
Right. Well, you're both students at the Faculty of Economics and Political Science at Cairo University. What are your personal plans and dreams for the future?
Okay, for me, I'm a political science student, and I wanted to be an ambassador to represent Egypt in the other world. So after finishing my study, I want to join the PLP program, and then I wanted to study more, a master and PhD to join to being an ambassador.
Okay, for me, I want to work in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So I actually take the course of qualification course for Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I want to join, as Dina said, the PLP, because I see that it's a very important program and it will make me very clear and ready to join the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Right, so now we're going to go to this short break and we'll be right back.
من أول يوم فتحنا علينا في الدنيا وجينا بنلون ونشخبط بإيدينا وبنرسم، يعني الإبداع كان مولود فينا لحظة ما وعينا، لو شفنا وبصينا حوالينا نتعلم. يلا سيب بصمتك، يلا يلا سيب لمستك، يلا شوف الكون سبحان من حلا، يلا سيب بصمتك، يلا يلا سيب لمستك، يلا شوف الكون سبحان من حلا.
Welcome back, and we're still in our coverage of the 8th National Youth Conference that kicked off today under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi at Al Manara Conference Center, and still with my guests here at the studio. And I would like to know your opinion about the importance of holding such national youth conferences and also the international ones, of course, on the different aspects of life, and not only on the youth, but also on the economy in general, on the tourism sector.
Okay, in my opinion, it's not only for political aim or goal. It's in many different aspects like tourism, because the World Youth Conference, it's made in Sharm el-Sheikh, the tourist attraction city. And even in every year, it's made in the Sharm el-Sheikh, and it's very attraction for tourism for our countries. And when people came from any other world, from many countries, they see how beautiful Egypt is, and they want to come not only to attend conferences, but to make many tourist activities and to discover more about Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Also, as I have said before, that it's not focusing on the political context and political issues, but it also focusing on the economic issue. If we consider that this conference is reflecting how democratic country is Egypt, so it can attract many investors that say that Egypt is the land of peace, it's the mother of worlds, and each conference is held successfully every year. So many investors come and invest in Egypt.
Right. What's the role of the youth towards their country, in your opinion?
I think they should participate in any conference came to them, because it's a should, and it's an opportunity to make any conference available for them to attend and to make use from the speeches of the leaders and public celebrities, because it's very important to make sure in any activity inside our country to help in developing the country to be the future leaders and successful ones.
Mm-hmm. Dina, you are a trainee at a Women Empowerment Program titled She Leads. Would you tell me more about this program and its impact?
Okay, actually, this is my favorite experience ever, as it is a training in the British Embassy. It's called She Leads. Actually, it is a partnership with other 4 embassies, and it's about giving us 25 girls sessions about how to be a successful leader, how to empower women, how to lead in a good way. So it's, for me, a good experience, as I have said before, that I wanted to be an ambassador. So I get involved with other ambassadors and talk to them, which was great.
Norhan, you are a trainee at the Arab League.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this experience.
Okay, it was a great experience for me to be included inside the Arab League itself, and it was a dream for me to go and see how the foundation of Arab League itself in the reality. And I was there with many nationalities from Bahrain, Qatar, and many other Arab countries. So it was a great experience, and I know how really Arab League states that work according to the organization, how they participate, how they distribute among many fields, political, economically, socially, in all fields. So it was a great experience to know people from different countries and know their cultures and know how they thought and developed themselves. So it was really experience.
Right, we're going to go now to this short break and we'll be right back.
من أول يوم فتحنا علينا في الدنيا وجينا بنلون ونشخبط بإيدينا وبنرسم، يعني الإبداع كان مولود فينا لحظة ما وعينا، لو شفنا وبصينا حوالينا نتعلم. يلا سيب بصمتك، يلا يلا سيب لمستك، يلا شوف الكون سبحان من حلا. يلا سيب بصمتك، يلا يلا سيب لمستك، يلا شوف الكون سبحان من حلا. دي بلدنا نجملها ونبنيها ونتغزل فيها، والفرصة بتيجي للي بيسعى تناديله، وفي أجمل صورة هنخليها من خوفنا عليها، ودي همة واحد واحد فينا وضميره. يلا سيب بصمتك، يلا يلا سيب لمستك، يلا شوف الكون سبحان من حلا. يلا سيب بصمتك، يلا يلا سيب لمستك، يلا.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and still on the 8th National Youth Conference. And Dina, you told me that you're a member at the Youth Lead, the Youth Initiative. Would you tell me more about such initiatives and their importance and positive effect on you?
Okay, actually I'm a vice head PR and head social media in YLY, which stands for Youth Leading Youth. It's an initiative that it's held by the Minister of Youth and Sports, and actually it is for the disabled. This initiative is for helping the disabled to get merged more in the society, to get them involved in the political, economic, and even social context, to give them more courses and more experiments.
Right. Nurhan, you attended a training program at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to prepare students or political science students for their future work. Would you tell me more about this?
Yeah, I have the honor to be included in such course and training program because it's mainly training the people and youth how to be involved in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and making them know and have information about Egypt, about the many countries on the regional level, the locally, the international level. So it's make them more cultured and have a knowledge about Egypt and other countries. So I think it's a very great opportunity to have this in Egypt, and it's not available in many other countries.
Right. I would like to have a final word from both of you.
For me, I have words to all the youth. Please keep going. Don't stop dreaming. Please work on your capabilities and work on your dreams to achieve it, as Egypt really deserves to be better.
Okay, for me, I think I want to tell them that youth do not lose any opportunity to attend any conference or to make yourself as empty. Know that you should go on and put a certain aim or goal, work to achieve it. So last thing I want to say that youth are the base of development, and without them, nothing will be achieved. Thank you.
Right. Nurhan Ahmed and Dina Ihab, thank you very much for joining me today, and all the best of luck.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, with this we come to the end of this edition of Today's Youth. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.